Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be discussing all things buffies and a few things that happen within the game, the community, etc. Because that seems to be the hot topic right now. A lot of drama, a lot of controversy. But let's just quickly take a look in game what has happened. Then I'll give you guys my thoughts. So, what we haven't received right now, my guess is that it's because it's like Christmas time. I'm guessing that probably a lot of the team are not even working right now. But basically, as you can see in the shop, is what they've done is they kind of heard the community. They've probably watched like the Kara's video. They've seen mainly, I would presume, on like Twitter, Instagram. People are very, very angry in the comments about the price of PowerPoints. And at first, of course, as being a maxed out player, I didn't fully understand the extremities of this, but again, after watching Karas's video, after reading all the comments, I fully understand that PowerPoints are very, very scarce, and they should have at least like enabled it so you can pick between PowerPoints and coins. That's probably the biggest pain point, right? So right now there are some there are these things in the shop here, so you can literally so before it would have got you, I think, in conversion, I think it would have been like 2,000 PowerPoints if I'm correct. It's one of the, I can't remember which way around it is now, but yeah, I think it was 2,000 PowerPoints for 4,000 coins. That was kind of the rough conversion, but now it is 1-to-1. So if you guys need PowerPoints, again, like I'm very heavy on PowerPoints. That's probably mainly because I bought so many golden skins already. But yeah, that is there in the shop if you guys want some buffies, whatever else. And I've done some tier lists before on the best buffies if you guys want to. I think buffies are definitely worth it in terms of their value because they rework a lot of existing mechanics. I think they're pretty good, most of them. There's a few that aren't really the greatest, but a lot of these buffy brawlers are some of the best in the game. So yeah, definitely get that conversion now. It seems like a quick fix though, right? So I'm definitely anticipating in the next couple of weeks, or at least something small from the Brawl Stars team in terms of their communication, but probably something bigger later on. So for the rest of the video, just wanted to give you guys like my thoughts again going into like buffies, what I think is going to happen in the future, what's going to happen in terms of the balancing. So again, this is kind of came at a really bad time for just Brawl Stars in general, because what they've done, I think this is like the latest they've ever done a Brawlidays update. So not only are people like quite mad about what's happening with Brawlidays, I haven't really been much, it's not much Christmas theme inside of a game right now, which is normally one of my most exciting times to play video games. It's really cold outside. You're normally playing a lot of games around Christmas time. You're seeing your family, etc. A lot of games have, they're very heavy on the Christmas theme, and Brawl Stars always has been, but except for this one, because right now we've got this Pierce environment. He's by the pool. It's nice and sunny. I think they really kind of messed up that side of things. Even though Pierce is such a good brawler, it's actually one of my favorite brawler releases. I think people aren't really talking about this, right? Like, it's literally the sunshine is on my screen. It should be cold and snow, etc. So yeah, I think Brawlidays is one thing they kind of messed up on. But I actually think, yeah, the release date of this update, something has gone wrong along the ways. I know, like, they can't always control everything with just everything meeting like harsh deadlines to get through to updates. I really think they should have done a Brawlidays update like the first week of December at latest, because now we're at a point, especially with this update in particular, especially when they're adding like these new mechanics into the game, aimable gadgets, new abilities, new buffies, new currency conversions, with like changing the pricing of PowerPoints. There's so much that's changed, and they've probably like, I don't know, they probably had a few days extra at work, and now they go away for Christmas vacation. Like, of course, these people aren't robots, they can't fix everything, but I think the timing is something they definitely could have changed. So now we're kind of just in this kind of loophole where we're kind of stuck in this weird period. And thankfully for me, yeah, most people have a life, right? Like, it's around Christmas time, you should be seeing your family, you shouldn't be really playing too much Brawl Stars around now until after Christmas, but people will play it still. And we're in this kind of period where I'm a little bit sad, because now we're left with a few really game-breaking bugs, to be honest. I don't want to mention them, but there's a couple in particular which you guys definitely know about, which is making a few game modes in particular near enough unplayable. And imagine at the top level, you have to ban these particular brawlers or else it's unplayable. Like, these bugs are game breaking. In the past, when these type of bugs have happened, they've disabled brawlers or they've gone straight into maintenance. So I'm very, very confused as to why. I mean, the bigger thing is here that people, like, a lot of the dev team probably are away on vacation But I'm still just confused why they haven't just disabled this particular brawler. Again, I don't want to give it too much limelight because that's not my responsibility as a creator. It's against terms of service to like literally talk about these exploits in that type of way. But this brawler should just be banned. It should straight up be banned. It's ruining the experience of a lot of different game modes as well. I'm seeing everybody abuse it up to this point. So yeah, enough talking about that. That is completely broken. And then there's just so many broken bugs in the game, which again, I'm a little bit disappointed that they haven't fixed. Like the true red, true blue glitch, which if you guys don't know, one team has a range advantage over the other. A lot of people have done tests, and you can literally do it if you have two devices. You can just see, go into a game, one person can see more than the other. Like one person can literally see the other person on the screen, the other person can't see them. Of course, that's not unfair. It's a glitch. It happened a year ago, and they left that for a while for whatever reason. I'm guessing they can just do the same fix that they did a year ago. So that should have been like a quick fix, right? But it's completely ruining game modes like Knockout and Bounty for me. You know, I'm getting really mad. Like if I was streaming, I would not be enjoying the game right now with all of these bugs, whatever else. You know, it's just plain and simple. It's not just blindly hating the dev team. Updates do come with a lot of bugs. It happens on a lot of games that I play. Maybe not so frequently on certain games, but it does happen. Like when new updates happen with new mechanics, etc., there are going to be bugs. It's just about how quickly we can fix those bugs, and especially when they're as game breaking as, you know, a couple of these brawlers, this range bug. Again, there's just so many bugs that happen, and it's quite frustrating to face off against. So now let's talk about buffies and what they're going to do really in terms of like how we're going to fix all of this like community outrage. I think what they'll do, especially after watching, I watched Kara's video for 1 hour and 40. I watched Bobby's video, and I definitely see both points. I think buffies as a mechanic, I think they're great for their game personally. I agree with Bobby in that sentiment. Like, yeah, a lot of these buffies are really strong, but they're nothing like hypercharges whatsoever, which I'm very, very glad about. You've got to think, right, with hypercharges, a lot of them were just these broken purple buttons, and you just get team wipes with them, like free kills galore. Yes, with some buffies, you can get some like disgusting kills with them, but most of the time, they're not team wipe buttons, is what I'm kind of getting at. So that's why I personally, I'm a little bit more like optimistic about buffies, and I'm especially like I said this when I first seen buffies, I was ecstatic when I saw that they were going to revisit brawler kits, star powers, gadgets. Like I just did a best build video, which I'll be releasing I think on the 26th, and a lot of gadgets and star powers just are literally unusable. So now with buffies, they'll actually be usable and impactful. Like so many terrible gadgets and star powers, I don't think you guys realize. So I think people need to give buffies a chance in that sense, but of course the biggest pain point will be the cost. Everybody knows that the cost is the thing that everybody's angry at right now. So like I said at the start, they've added this shop offer now as like a quick way of you know, like a quick band-aid. You know, is clear that they're saying, okay, well, we hear you guys, but probably because so many people are away from vacation, they can't put out a statement. Maybe there's going to be a statement tomorrow or whatever. If there is, I would probably do another video on it, but that's probably why, guys. But yeah, I was a bit concerned at first that I just didn't hear much from anyone, like in terms of buffies, in terms of balance, in terms of the economy. We're not really hearing too much, so they're probably really deep in thoughts, I'm hoping, and deep into conversations still. Even if they're off work, they're probably still debating this, right, a lot of them, on what to really do about buffies. So what I think they'll do with buffies is I don't think they're really going to change the pricing on it. Again, after watching Carlos's video, he's more of the person that dives into the deep economy ways of things. You know, he's a lot really heavily invested into how strong of a free-to-play game Brawl Stars is. Of course, it's nice Brawl Stars being a free-to-play game. That's also a reason why I like it. Believe it or not, you might just think everybody just kind of plasters YouTubers or pro players as these people that just pay to win. But of course, I know, like I know what it's like to play free-to-play games. Of course I do. A lot of people do. You just, again, we're plastered with this image that just doesn't make sense. I used to be free to play for a very, very long time, and I understand it for sure. For example, again, I really shared the same values as like Kairos. Like, I just can't get myself to really cover Clash Royale or even play Clash Royale because of how disgracefully pay to win the game is, and how time and time again they just poop on the players over and over again. Like, even myself, I literally came back to the game after a long time off, like years of not playing Clash Royale. I enjoyed it, you know, I spent a bit of money, I started enjoying it, and then they just add another level and all these hero abilities. So I'm just going to leave because yeah, that's just something that Brawl Stars haven't done. And I think a lot of people actually kind of seen that it's kind of trendy to hate Supercell right now, even though it's very justified, especially with Clash Royale. But I think, you know, the pricing definitely was wrong, buffies, but people again were like jumping onto other things about buffies which just shouldn't have been a thing. Everyone's very angry at Supercell right now. So yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that they're going to probably change the actual core pricing of buffies, because let me tell you, the prices they were probably gonna make buffies were just a lot more than what it was. So I don't think they're gonna budge there. I think they're just gonna make it so maybe even it's more heavily on the coin side of things. I think it's quite clear that even if if they buff like the economy with PowerPoints, and you can get PowerPoints and way more resources now, like star drops, you know, they're doubling everything. I still think, like, if you're a casual player and you're just reading the news, it's gonna hit a lot harder if they're just playing a simple go, okay, let's just make it 1,000 PowerPoints, 2,000 coins, or let's make it a slider like Lex said and make it 3,000 coins for a lot of people. Or if you want to spend 3,000 PowerPoints, make it 3,000 PowerPoints. I think that's probably the best of everything. I don't know whether they've got the dev time to do that, but I think definitely make it more coin heavy would just be better, because a lot of people have I won't say a lot of coins, but you just get coins in a lot of different ways, way more than you get PowerPoints, right? So that would be the fix that I'm hoping for. But to be honest, I just think with what's been going on with Brawl Stars, I've been saying it time and time again, I think just the dev team need to come out and just talk about things. And because again, the Brawl Stars dev team, again, this isn't me being paid by Supercell, but they do care about the player base. So they really do. Time and time again, they come out with statements, they change things, they answer to the community in a right way. So I'm just hoping there's just some big form of communication on like what they wanted to do with buffies, why this, you know, set this as a certain price, you know, what they're going to do to gain back the community's trust. Because right now, the trust is at rock bottom. I don't think I've seen, and like in a very long time, since like the gear rework. Even then, I feel like people are more angry at this update than any other update I've seen. Even with the removal of star drops, I think I've seen more people angry at this update than so many in the past. So they need to gain back the trust of the community, to be honest, and fix things. I definitely have hope for Brawl Stars. I think, to be honest, again, I shared the same points a lot with Kairos. You guys have got to watch that video if you haven't already. You know, as a YouTuber, in terms of like the revenue, the views, you know, they're near enough at an all-time low, to be honest. The hype isn't there on YouTube. That's thanks to them removing masteries and other things which I've spoke about before in the past. I'm heavily think, like, you go on Brawl Stars right now, you can't even see records. I don't even know where they are even on the screen. It's just terrible. But yeah, there's a lot of things I need to fix, but I need to hear from the dev team sooner rather than later. I don't think really we're probably going to hear too much until the Christmas holidays. So yeah, just bear that in mind. So I just wanted to give a quick debrief to you guys, because I'm starting to get a little bit concerned with Brawl Stars. I'm just hoping they put aside this concern pretty quickly, or else this could just lead to Brawl Stars going down even more in interest on YouTube. I mean, the play base is still there on Brawl Stars, which is great, but, you know, as a YouTube, you know, I'm primarily focused on the interest in the game. If the game isn't exciting and hype, what is the point covering it? Like, I might as well go on to steal a brain rot on Roblox at this point, guys. Right. Anyways, I hope you guys have an amazing Christmas. I'll have another upload tomorrow and on the 26th, but yeah, mainly this is going to be it for me. So I'll be back streaming after the Christmas. I won't specify a date, but I'm probably going to guess next Monday. I'll probably be back for the most part, guys. So yeah, that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Fingers crossed Brawl Stars do the right thing and at least to make it so you can spend more coins than PowerPoints. That's going to be the biggest thing they've got to change. And then hopefully we're going up on the rise and onto big things in 2026. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.